Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. Well, another month has gone by, and it's continued to be a good one for the channel. For a while, we were doing fantastically well with an average of 100 or so new subscribers per day. We're still gaining subscribers, but generally at a rate of 20 or so a day, which is, well, it's not bad. It's certainly not spectacular. And I think the reason for that is the fact that the drama has died down on the channel, which I think is actually kind of a good thing. You see, I have no desire to be the next Keemstar or any other form of tabloid journalism. I will still call out asset flippers in all their duplicitous glory, as I don't feel that they should be allowed to profit off their actions, but this is a channel that has been based on consumer advocacy, awareness, and most importantly, games, so the lack of drama is a relief, even if it has somewhat stalled growth to a certain extent. Now, I have been working with my MCN on SEO tactics, and I'm sure you've all seen the new artwork by now. I've also been reaching out to a few visual design artists to incorporate the logo into a new animated introduction, but that will take time and, as with everything else, a great deal of money. Also, our monthly fan-submitted game that I covered recently ended up being a Sakura game, and I hope that everyone had a good laugh over that. But it's time to start again, so as a reminder for everyone that if you have a specific game you would like covered on the channel, you can send submissions to submissions@sidalpha.com, and I will make sure to put that in the description down below. Now, the same rules apply here as they did previously. It must be a PC title, playable on modern operating systems, and legally obtainable through legitimate distribution methods. Everyone will have until the 22nd to get their submissions in, and then a poll will be sent out to the Patreon subscribers to vote on. And at the first of the month, the new game will be announced and critiqued in our standard first impressions format. So if you want to have a say in what game gets critiqued, you can always become a Patreon subscriber. All it takes is $1 per month, and I am working on other ways to get the subscribers more involved and provide them with more sway. Of course, I'm always open to ideas, so feel free to shoot that over via email as well if you will like. Also, I do plan on continuing the Diamond Dev series and the Asset Flipper series as well. I've actually 2 Diamond Dev games right now that I'm working on, and that's still going to take a few days, but do keep your eyes open for that. And one last thing, I shouldn't say one last thing, I have a few more things. I know that there have been a great deal of news stories on the channel, and while I don't mind covering important industry topics, I don't foresee my channel becoming news-centric. I will, of course, do my best to cover what I deem as the larger industry topics that I have a chance to have an impact on as great a many people as it can, but I will be concentrating on reviews and games promotion in general. And also, I found the registry entries that were causing my previous GPU glitching. It seems my operating system was somehow forcing physics rendering to route through my CPU and not my GPU, which a 1080 Ti is far superior to a physics rendering than a 5th generation i7. So now we should be back on track to record at least AAA games in 4K. And also, this will resolve some of the inexplicable frame rate and capture glitching I was experiencing within OBS. This was a nightmare to find, and I very nearly had to reload my operating system, which would have taken my channel out of commission for a few days while I got everything reloaded. Now, as far as upcoming projects go, we do have Winter's Edge 2 Grand Company on AP Gaming Reels channel over on Twitch. This will be a continuation of the first Winter's Edge series, albeit over 100 years after the final battle. I will be taking up the mantle of Lord Tythus, a warforged favorite soul sorcerer who is the kingdom's Minister of Intelligence and Master of Coin. And yes, this will be a D&D 5th edition campaign with the Pathfinder Kingdom Builder module built in, as well as hit dice rolling courtesy of Stars Without Number. And if you're as big of a tabletop RPG nerd as I am, then all of that just made perfect sense to you. And if you're not, and all that basically sounded the same as my saying flibbity flobby foo, then all you need to know is this. Arthur Perkins is a fantastic storyteller and GM who creates some of the most in-depth plots I've ever seen on Twitch. Playing in a game of his or viewing one is a story-filled experience that is simply impressive. Now, in addition to that, viewers have a chance to partake with and interact in the world that Arthur has created in the Discord chat rooms. There are viewers who roleplay as characters within the world. They go on quests run by 4 individual Discord GMs, and all of this has a real impact on the world that is seen acted out on screen by the cast. Also, the viewers do get to interact with the cast both in and out of character. All in all, it's a huge amount of fun, and I'm looking forward to it even more than CD Projekt Red's next video game. If any of you are interested in taking a peek or joining in, I will list the channel, time, and the Discord link in the description below. At the very least, do drop by and say hello. I think it would make everyone's day. I'd even be willing to do something ridiculous and off the wall if you all got to show up to 100 concurrent viewers. Let me know what ridiculous and entertaining antics you would deem worthwhile in my support@SidAlpha.com email, and we'll see what we can do. And as I've been debating back and forth on this topic, I felt that I should say something on the topic of what has been termed the adpocalypse on YouTube. As many of you are aware, a vast quantity of companies have pulled their advertising from YouTube. As such, most YouTubers, myself included, have seen their income on their channels reduced to 1/3 or even less. For my channel, it's an average of 25% of the CPM that I was getting before. As with many YouTubers, I had started leaning towards pushing my Patreon more and more, and I realized that might be a bit of a mistake. So instead of making everyone sick of hearing about it, I will take a more mild approach of simply appreciating the Patreon subscribers that I do have, reminding new viewers that it's there, and then respect people's decisions on whether they decide to support me monetarily or not. I think that would be a bit more appreciative of a path to take with my viewers, as my livelihood very much does not depend on YouTube, and while going full-time was not realistically within my grasp, at the time, I've accepted the fact that it will be, at least for a while, firmly out of my reach, which isn't really a bad thing in my mind. The size of my channel has gone through 2 meteoric bursts of growth within the past 3 months alone, and I need to learn to adapt to the simple reality of the situation and to ensure that I'm doing everything I can to better myself and the content that I produce. At this rate, the numbers will come, I have little doubt of that, but if my channel lacks the production quality and professionalism to support those numbers, then it may very well never happen. So I suppose what I'm saying is that I will do what I've always done, put my head down and trudge ever forward, doing my best with every step, and I will rely on my viewers to continue being themselves, which so far has been pretty damn incredible. And that said, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to get your submissions, ideas, or anything else over to the submissions@SidAlpha.com email address. There is a lot to be done. If you would be so kind as to like and share this, as well as my other videos, it does help tremendously. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. Please do subscribe while you're here. Links to my Patreon and social medias are in the description below, along with a link to AP's channel, the Discord, and the times of the show. If you're interested in seeing the first season of Winter's Edge, I do have those videos shared on my YouTube homepage as well. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. Now let's get to work.